Hi, and welcome to another Go Devil Garage mail call. Today's mail call comes from G503 around Fitzpatrick Jeep Parts. This will be the last of the what I like to call big shipments coming in. Most of the parts are now delivered. I do have a few smaller packages coming in the next few days to help finish off the project, but this is the last of the bulk parts that I needed to finish the project. So let's take a look. It's nice to have them on there. Let's start with this smaller, lighter box here. Okay. Alright, so first up, right off the bat, we have our foam inserts for the crash pads on the side of the Jeep. We have the shielded wiring that I'll need for the connection between the generator and the voltage regulator. Replacement speedometer cable. The original speedometer I got, actually, whoever was working with this Jeep last snipped, for whatever reason, the speedometer cable. So one way or another I'm going to be using this cable to replace it. We have our crash pads. These actually look really nice. I love the smell of canvas. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, these are real nice. Alright, what do we got here? The anti-squeak set for the gas tank and fenders. What's this? This is a hardware kit, but I'm not sure what this is for. I'll figure it out later, I guess. New set of floor plates. Pintle mounts plates. Floor seals. What we got in here? Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Fuel sending unit. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen this in plastic, and I've heard horror stories about the plastic sending unit actually melting eventually in gasoline. And I know that there are cork ones available. I don't know what the disparity is there, but I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Oh, you know what? That piece of black cardboard, I'm betting, was for, this is the firewall kit. Oh, and that's it for this box. Alright. This is going to be a bit tricky because, as you can see here, I've got this big heavy box here. I'll get the smaller box here. So let's go ahead and move this down for right now, out of the way. Alright, so this is the heaviest of everything I got today. So I'm really kind of curious what came packaged in here. It's funny, I know I've ordered parts, I know I ordered everything I need to get this thing roadworthy again, but I've kind of forgotten what is coming in, so it's a little exciting to, it's a bit like Christmas opening these packages with you guys. Alright, so in this package we've got the felt firewall grommet set. Ooh, this says GPW felt grommet set. I hope I didn't order the wrong thing. I'll have to recheck my order. I'm not sure if there's much of a difference. I'm pretty sure this is correct. We'll check on that later. We've got the welt kit. Couple of the stowage straps, radiator hoses. We got the body mount pads. Now, I had some on the Jeep. I don't know if they're reusable at all. I don't know if I was missing any. I felt having these just in case I've lost or, you know, want new ones. It's better to have them than not need them, right? We got the radiator shroud for the MB. This is really nice. I'll have to figure out how to mount this later. I can't wait to actually mock it up. Oh, Ron. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need a new one of these if you're watching this. Jesus. It's kind of cool because it has the filter in the tip, at least. So if you order these, you can expect that. But I don't know if you can see it too well. But it got damaged, dude. So I'll just put this to the side for now. Okay. Oh, nice. Oh, Moses. These things are heavy. So we have a voltage regulator with the data plate. Very nice. I'm not sure how the data plates were supposed to be marked. This one isn't. Not important. The fact that I don't have to buy one, though, is very nice. Very, very nice finish on this thing, though. It looks complete. Missing these screws that go here, but I'm not sure how big of a problem that would actually be. But, oh, man, this is nice. Oh, here they are. So we do have the fastener kit for it. Excellent. Trying to remember what this is for. I'm sure this is important. I can't remember what they're for, though. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Okay, so this must be very heavy. Holy crap. Holy crap. I think I just figured out why this package was so heavy. Oh! So, here we have the generator. Looks like an original one actually, because I can see this is still a data, it has the original data plate on it. Original serial number and everything. That's really neat, but this is really heavy, so I'm gonna go set this down now. Okay, so here we have a replacement hood hinge. Now I've got an original hood. It needs a lot of tender love and care. You'll see this when I'm planning to actually live stream some of the work days I'm going to be working on the Jeep here. But one of the things I noticed was possibility of needing a replacement was the hinge itself. Everything else I'm confident can be fixed or patched in. It's just the hinge I didn't really want to mess with. So this will come to great use, I think. So here we have our last package from coming in from Ron. Let's see what's inside of it. Alright, so we've got our shipping label, our shipping invoice, returns policy, candy, business card, and first item out of the box is a new fuel line. Like I said, not completely necessary in my case, but the fact that I'm going for an ultra authentic rebuild, and the fact that we have our body off right now means I don't want to have to wrestle with the stuff later on. So better to do it off while it's off and try and figure it out while it's on. Plus I would have to redo the fuel lines anyways because of the fuel filter we got in the previous mail call. Oh, now this is neat. I heard about this coming in a collectible tin, so it would be kind of neat to have this hang around in the shop. Maybe have spare parts in it or something. But we actually have the Joe's Motor Pool Carter carburetor. Oh man, this is beautiful. Now, when I was researching the Jeep, one of the things I researched heavily was the carburetor. Knew what to look for and everything. Looks like this thing is just gorgeous, and I love the fact that it has a tag on there. I'm going to have to custom mark the tag, I think, just to fit my own OCD, about this project. Oh man, that was something I wasn't expecting. I don't know if you can see it in the video here, but right here is the 407 stamped in the base of the carburetor. I was really curious to see if they had gone to that level of detail, and I'm very pleased to see that they had actually. Everything looks like it's stamped properly, it's put together. I feel kind of bad because on the table over there I've got a mix of different Carter carburetor parts. I have some of the components for a World War II correct one, but missing a few, especially the linkages here and everything. So the fact that I don't have to spend and waste my time scouring for parts, doing a rebuild, and trying to fit all that in the next couple of weeks. I'm very grateful to have come across this at a very competitive price that it's available at. This is just gorgeous though. This is going to be sitting pretty, I think. I just got to figure out how it came in. So we have our mechanical temperature gauge with correct lead. I think what I'll do is in a later video, when it gets to actually mounting and installing these, I'll kind of do a comparison video with the gauges I have versus these ones. I would still like to eventually swap out the gauges for original ones just to have that nice effect, I think. But again, as time and money are kind of a factor in this project, this is definitely a good replacement. This is gonna. So here we have Joe's motor pull part. Now this is the speedometer. And again, like I just mentioned, I'll probably be doing a comparison video. Photos online show this to be the face to be very identical to the one I've got in terms of how it's marked, spacing and everything. So I've got the long needle with the luminescent needle and 10, 20, and 30 marks, I believe. Everything looks correct here. Although I'm not sure about the paint on the bezel, but can always be fixed how I feel. Two oil filter clamps, and I was reviewing some of the documentation I put together in regards to this order. I'm not actually sure I ordered the oil filter. I think I may have forgotten to ask Ron or ask Pete DeBella if they had one in stock, or how much it would cost to get it in stock or what have you. But for those of you watching who may have the correct oil filter, hit me up. Definitely in the market for one. This is the insert for the trailer hitch, not the trailer hitch, the socket, the cover for the socket in the toolbox. Missing it on mine. Hey, look at that! Got another ep3 cap, black this time. So now I can color coordinate. Thanks, Ron. Oil filter bracket. Or not the bracket. Not oil filter bracket, the oil can. There we go. Here, we got a big bag of parts here. Brake light switch, replacement panel for the horn sensor. The eyelet tool, socket fastener. Here are the pipes for the radiator kit I got. One replacement tail light panel. The other one I took a quick look when I was placing the order, and I might make a note of it in the rebuild videos, but the one I have is completely just like eaten out in this area here, so I felt replacing at least one of them wouldn't hurt. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, the 4-post axe clamp. The one that's mounted currently on the Jeep, I might show you a video later. Guy looks like he used a combination of welding and Bondo to actually mount it in place instead of screws. So there's a little bit of trepidation for when I sandblast the body to see just how much work is going to have to go into that certain area of the body. MB 3-post spare carrier to go with the locking nut I got for it. The other one I had was just completely torched. I did not feel safe having the spare right on it, so getting a new one was definitely on the priority list. Ammeter. Oil pressure gauge. Six-volt fuel gauge. Now see, going back to what I was saying about the speedometer, I definitely like this olive drab better because it's lusterless. The one that's on the speedometer, for those that might purchase it as well, it seemed a little glossy to me, a little plasticky even. So I'm probably gonna have to touch that up with some paint later. Very nice oil filter bracket. This doesn't. I'll have to revisit, but I'm not entirely certain. It's been a while since I had one of these mounted, so I'll have to try and remember how it's mounted exactly, which way is up. I think it does mount to the side of the engine block this way, doesn't it? Huh. Alright. Problems for future, Bill. Top for the new battery we just got yesterday, and the splash shield that rides underneath the air filter. The mounting brackets for the crash pads. So here we have the radiator I have. It's got the correct MB style indent on top. We've got the new G503 shroud that goes on it. Just needs to be tack welded, it looks like. I believe this needs to also get painted. I'll have to consult the John Rogers Jeep draw site to make sure I get it painted correctly. But also we have the Peter DeBella radiator cap, which fits perfectly well. And whole ensemble looks pretty sharp. Let's go through this package that we got from G503 into his mail call. I thought we'd take an opportunity to go a little more in depth with the bag of parts we got today in today's mail call. So let's take a look. We got So here we have the correct rubber seal that goes on the air horn for the carburetor. This little box, what's this? Ah, okay. This is the, that's the, man, is that the, I think this might actually be an original catch for the glove box. And to go with it, a lock for the glove box. I don't think I need the striker, but I definitely need this. We have the clamp for the axe. Along with the axe clamp, unfortunately, Bubba decided welding was the best option for this, so I'm going to have to actually cut it out on the, cut the existing one I have out on the Jeep and replace it with this one. I think this is the tire pump bracket that goes mounted underneath the seat. I don't have one yet, but it is a part that I will eventually need, so why not? Replacement stop signal light, 2 topo screws, and the replacement horn switch. More hold down. I think this is for the crank. A button repair kit. Wheelie style draft pads for the pedals. The topo chains and crash pad hardware kit. We've got the axe hardware kit and the socket sighting tool. And that concludes today's mail call for Go Devil Garage. We got a lot of great parts today from Ron Fitzpatrick and G503. I can't wait to start mounting them up and getting them on the Jeep. I want to thank you all again for tuning in, and until next time, I'll see you then.